Simple execution of pâte choux is so important. An egg wash that has been hand blended and then strained gives you the best possible outcome for the top, reaching its full expansion and volume and becoming a really beautiful color in the oven. In order to maintain a consistent size, you can trace guidelines or you can go freehand. With Sharpie, you want to flip the parchment upside down so it doesn't transfer to your dough. But you can either use round cutters or a ruler, or you can go freehand, which is what I'll do on this Silpat. Now this setup for filling your pastry bags is genius, and it keeps the entire area clean and it keeps your bag clean. I don't like when people work with messy pastry bags, so this is your best start to keeping things really, really clean. And it's also a nice place to put your bag in between piping when you need to use your hands for something else. The pâte choux dough has been in the cooler overnight and it's quite firm, and I like to pipe firm pâte choux because otherwise I feel like it runs out of the bag, and this gives you a little more control. So you want to tap down the corners so that that parchment doesn't come up while you're piping and also while it's in the oven. You want to hold, in this case, a perpendicular bag. And there is a little bit of a pull off there, but we'll get that down, not with water, but with the egg wash. These are the eclairs, and you just pipe them out, and we will egg wash them all at the same time. It is important that you do one job assembly line style. All the piping should be done, and then all of the egg washing should be done. This helps you keep track of time and what was started first and how long things have been sitting around. You can use a round or a French star tip or any tip really. You can be as creative as you want. You just have to make sure that on each tray they are all the same size so that they bake the same. An egg wash on pâte choux is more important than any other item I can think of. It must be even, thin, and with no drips. This will allow the choux to expand because it keeps it moist during expansion, and then it contributes color. These will expand by about 20%, so you want to make sure they're not close together and they have been staggered and piped evenly apart. The egg wash is a TCS food, so you want to transfer it to a clean deli and put it in the cooler to keep it safe and put a date on it. The smaller varieties are going to bake more quickly and the insides will dry out more quickly. I started at 375 for 15 minutes. Let all of the steam out of the oven and turned it down to 275. These were done first, and that chouquette is wet on the inside. So I already know those aren't ready. So the little Paris-Brest are gonna go there. And the eclairs are so small that they're dried out also. Next, the chouquettes on the Silpat slide around so I know they're dried out. And then when I open the ones on the parchment, they are not ready yet. They are moist on the inside. They're going back into the oven. So come back tomorrow to see how I fill their hollow insides and with what, and how I top them, and how absolutely versatile and beautiful they can be.